Hello guys, on this lecture we will learn how to perform an extraction, how to use extraction rules. But before we start, uh, open Google again and understand exactly what means the extraction rules. So our sequence so far does the following. This is what our sequence does, and then it closes the browser. Now we want to add some extractions, which means something I want to do for each entity which I decide what entity is. But let's say that I define my entity as a search result. So what are the action I want to do for each action in my target page? First we need to define what an entity is. So our entity will be the search result. So if we will go into the inspect page, we can see that this is pretty much the result we need. So div with class G, this is our search results. Extraction rules works only with XPath. I'm sorry, but this is the implementation I've chosen because of the flexibility and the power that you can use with XPath. I will show you later on the course amazing things that you can do with XPath, so there are a lot to expect to. Some or many many people I've been work with, they don't like XPath so much because it looks complicated and looks not so intuitive, but it's really because they don't know it so well. They don't know how easy it is and how powerful it is. And after a while, when they get used to it, they say, wow, where it have been so far? Why didn't use it before? So even if XPath look like a monster to you, just give it a chance and you will see how powerful it is. So the next thing we need to do is to add an extraction rules. Extraction rules are on the same level of action rules. So we will add extraction rules and we will say new extraction rule. Extraction rule is based on two things. One, what is the root entity that you want or that I need to perform actions on, and what are the entries that you want to take out of this entity. So our root element, our root entity will be this div, will be this search result, this one result. This is our root entity. Everything that we want to do will be inside that entity. So this is our root element. So when we create our extraction rules, our root element will be this one. Later on I will explain in detail exactly the root element and everything. Right now we just want to make it work, so I'm giving really brief explanation about how it works. And we have entries, element to extract. What the element I want to extract from this root element. This is an array because maybe I want to extract more than one. Again, it's like a sequence. So we have new entity content entry. As you can see, like the action rules, this is actually a sequence. So as you can, also inside you can see a lot of things, and I will again show you later and explain in details what everything inside mean. And for the moment, all you need to do is to add key and element to extract from. Key, it's the name of the entity, the name of the entry, the name that will be given to the entry. If you want later on to put it into a database or do something else with it, this is how you will find that specific entry on the entities list. So we will call it title, because let's assume that I want to extract the title here. And let's see what is the title inside. If I will inspect, I will see this is an H3, the first H3 inside. So we will do the following. Since the element I want to extract is relative or inside this root element, so I need to use relative XPath, which means start with a dot. And then I will make double slash and H3. That means give me the first H3 anywhere inside this root element. If you will not use that, this is also possible, but as a different role, and we will go into it later on, and I will explain why you need to use dot and why not, and when. It really depends what you want to achieve. For the moment, for what we want to achieve, we need to use relative XPath. But this is not enough, because we have the extraction rules, but we didn't tell our sequence. Remember, this is composed of two objects, where I want to get and what I want to extract. So I want to tell my sequence to also extract the data. So I need to add a new action and tell action type, and we say extract data. There is no argument or anything to pass. And actually I built a sequence which says go to Google. You can just read here. Go to Google, send gravity, type gravity, click on the first autocomplete element, extract the data from the first page, and close the browser. Really intuitive, really simple. I just need to build my sequence like that. Go to URL, send, click, and extract, and this is all you need to do. When you say extract data, this is the point where this will be executed. So if I will put it after the go to URL, I'm not sure I will get these elements because it is too soon. So you really need to know where to put your extraction in the sequence. And when this is called, all of what is under extraction rule will be executed, and extraction rule can be recursive and very complicated and practically do anything. We just start simple, and later on we will make much more complicated things. Another thing that might help us to understand better is we will add a result here, just so we can see. I will make also a breakpoint. This is a trick I do sometimes to debug things, because sometimes when you go out of Lambda you can't go back inside and watch the element. I don't know, .NET weirdness sometimes. So I put a result so I can see exactly what was extracted. You will also see it on the console when it runs. So you will have an indication how it goes, and just run your application again. And you can see it will deal, as you can also you notice that it really deal with all the timing and simple things. You can see here extract data. You notice that Gravity deals with all the timing issues when the elements are available or not. Everything is done at the background, everything done on the engine. And you can see here in the result that we have 10 entities because we had 10 results in the page. And you can see that it has 3 content entries. And you can see this is the title that we add, and another two another two which says entity index, what is the position on the page, and repeater index, which I will explain later in the course. If I will go to the second one, you can see this is a different title, and you can see also here different title, and you can see the index is different. This is the position number 3, and this is pretty much for the, you can stop here. This is pretty much for the this small brief about how Gravity works. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next lecture.